Now we can use the iPulse Device Manager to upgrade camera firmware. We're going to hit the search button, and it gives us a list of our devices, and it fills in the firmware version number. It shows the firmware status unknown. What we do is we check all the devices we want, and we're going to click the firmware status. It's going on the internet and telling me if the firmware is the latest version or if it's an old version. That way we can upgrade just the files we need. And normally we go to the firmware upgrade, and for each model number we can click the file open and browse to a firmware file that we've already downloaded and unzipped. But the latest version has a download manager built in. Click the download button and you'll see it lists all the different models or the different series of cameras, and there's two columns. There's a search device, which will list the devices on my network, and we also have an existing firmware of what files we've already downloaded. And you'll see it lists each model or each series of devices there, and which ones I've already downloaded to my PC. In this stored location here, the download manager that's used for offline use. We can select one or more files to download. You probably wouldn't want to select all of them because some of them are older models and it'll take a while to download. But you can choose the ones that you want, the ones that have search device checked, the ones that are on your network, and then you hit the start button and it's going to download them for you. If you need to stop and come back later on, you can come back and it'll pick up where it left off. The other nice thing with this software is that it will allow you to save your list of firmware of devices that you found on your site when you're on site. But if you don't have internet access, you can save this to a project file, take it back to the office or a hotspot, download everything, then come back on site and use the stored firmware that the download manager has already downloaded and be able to apply them and upgrade them easily one at a time. Once you've done that, once you've downloaded the files, you'll click the upgrade button and it'll take the firmware, it'll automatically fill it in from that location, so you don't have to click file open for each model or series. You don't have to manage with which camera needs which firmware and which version is the latest and which cameras are part of the same series. This software will do that all for you automatically. When it's done downloading, it'll show download complete. You can then hit close this window here, and then we'll be able to go back to the main download screen. I'm sorry, the main firmware update screen, and you can see now this file, this camera version has been filled in with the latest version. Then we can hit upgrade, and it's going to do it automatically. So now we go back in, and we're going to scroll down to one of the ones we just downloaded, and again you'll see there's the correct version listed. Then we hit the upgrade, and it's going to go and do them. It'll show us a percentage bar. It'll show us that it's logged in at 1%, 2%, and so on. And it shows you what the current firmware is, and you know what the new version is going to be based on the file number. After the upgrade is successful, on the right-hand side, it'll show you the new version number. And it'll take about 2 to 5 minutes to upgrade, depending on the camera model that you're upgrading. The WiseNet 3 series cameras take about 2.5 minutes to upgrade. Nice and fast.